Blue Bloods is one of the longest-running procedural shows on TV, and it has given us everything from side-splitting comedy to heart-pounding suspense, and now the show finds itself in its 12th season due to the success of all of these moments. But one of the show's most intriguing and suspenseful moments came back in Season 5, and today we're going to be taking a deep dive into the finale and reliving one of the scariest moments in all of Blue Bloods. First of all, the Series 5 finale had us all shook. If you are a true fan of the show, you most likely remember where you were and what snack you had on the day you watched the two-part finale of Season 5, right? I was on my couch with Chicago-style popcorn, but it was cool. Yes, that was a casual flex for those of you wondering, but I remember barely being able to breathe because of how suspenseful the ending of the season was, and I honestly can't wait to relive it with you. As you probably recall, Linda Reagan was put in a pretty scary situation when she was forced to put her life on the line in order to protect a patient, which is pretty unusual for the show, as it's usually Linda who has to watch or hear about her husband Danny Reagan putting his life on the line to save the lives of thousands when he goes off to work. The switcheroo that the writers played on us for the finale was the first straw, but it only got crazier from there. You may have been in a seat when you watched this episode, but I know that you only needed the edge of it. The two-part finale started with an episode titled New Rules, and it saw the NYPD investigating the murder of a deputy chief named Donald Kent and his wife, Maggie Kent. After some strong investigating, the team deduces that the couple had been an unfortunate target of gang violence, and that they were targeted on purpose as they were loose ends that needed to be tied up in order to keep the gang in the streets. The boys in blue find out that there is only one witness to the murder, and it is a man named Hector, who happened to catch a stray bullet during the firefight and was sent to the hospital for treatment. But here is where things take a left turn. Next, the hospital is in danger. We see Hector in the hospital, and he's being wheeled around by an orderly named Curtis. Curtis seems like a normal guy, except he happens to be a member of the gang that ordered the hit against Deputy Chief Kent and his wife. So we, of course, are already on edge as we immediately know that everyone in the hospital is in danger, including Linda Reagan. Linda is then seen doing her regular nurse duties and tending to her patient Hector. Just then, Curtis enters the room and points a gun at Hector and Linda, knowing that Hector is the only person who can expose the gang and their involvement in the killing of the Kent couple. Linda sees the gun and decides that it's her duty to shield her patient from harm and covers him with her body. The camera takes a cut and we can no longer see the room, but we can hear multiple gunshots ring through the hospital before the episode ends. Now, once again, I'm sure most of you remember exactly what you said when you watched this episode, and so do I. I stood up and grabbed my head and shouted, "What?" I swore that they just killed off a huge character and that Linda had just been shot along with Hector. Of course, until I saw the second half of the two-part finale, which obviously showed what really happened. It appears that Hector has been shot, but despite her attempt to shield her patient and take the damage, she has made it out of the shooting unscathed. Linda begins to do everything she can to save Hector's life, but it looks quite grim as he has been shot multiple times now. After Linda begins trying to plug Hector up, she realizes that her entire right side is drenched in her own blood, and that she, in fact, has not escaped a firefight unscathed, but she had caught a stray bullet. Linda gets off Hector and collapses. Linda is placed on a cart and is wheeled into surgery. But just as she's wheeled into surgery, her husband walks in to see her covered in blood and realizes that his wife's life hangs in between the balance and that she could pass away at any moment. Next, the suspense was just getting started. So if you thought the end of New Rules was crazy, just get ready for the end of the second half of the two-part finale, The Art of War. Linda gets wheeled into surgery and every member of the audience has a collective stomach drop. It is not uncommon for main characters to meet their demise in a two-part finale. It happens literally all the time, and there was no reason to believe that Linda would be an exception to this rule. The entire episode has you teetering between will she or won't she, as you are constantly toyed with. There are moments in the episode that make you think that she is going to make it, and then things take a turn for the worse in her surgery and you believe that this is truly it for Linda. However, when When the episode is all said and done, Linda does of course survive by the skin of her teeth. Fans were really happy to see her make it out of the episode, as she is of course a huge character in the series. So imagine how mad everyone was when she finally actually does bite the dust later in the series in an off-screen helicopter crash. What a lazy way to kill a big character, especially after spending 2 of the series' best episodes teasing us on whether or not she's gonna die or not, but I digress. The episode ends like how so many other ones do, with the Reagan family sitting down to share a family dinner all together, except with Linda and Danny joining in via speakerphone, as Linda is obviously still recovering from getting shot. The season finale has it all: suspense and drama, but most importantly, it has the Reagan family dinner to end the episode. Has there been a more suspenseful episode in this series since this one that did not involve one of the NYPD officers directly? I don't think so, and I can't remember a time in the series in which I worried so much for one of the main characters, and I really wish we had a few more episodes like this one. But we may get an episode like this in the finale for season 12, which is coming up on us very quickly. Can the season 12 finale be anywhere as good as this one was? So far, season 12 has been pretty good considering that most of the shows tend to fall off the longer they go on for. The examples could be listed for literal hours, like The Walking Dead or Grey's Anatomy and so on and so forth. But can the finale for season 12 be one of the best episodes in the series? The finale is not set to air until April 1st on 2022. So we unfortunately will have to wait for quite some time until we find out exactly what happens or what the episode will be about, as season 12 has so far stayed away from the story arc experiment that they tried to do for the past 2 seasons and have returned to the popular episode-by-episode story system that the show has thrived on for years. This means that as of now, we really do not know what the finale will be about. This season has so far kept us on our toes, giving us cameos by very famous stars like Jimmy Buffett and Tony Danza. So I'm sure we will be surprised when we finally get our hands on the final episode of the season. But many fans are wondering if this will be the final season of the show, and I can safely tell you all that no, this season will not be the final season of the show, and that we have at least one more season on our hands. Season 13 has in fact been confirmed by the creators and will be released in the fall of 2022. So we only have to wait about 6 or 7 months for the next season of the show. That is the one advantage to the crazy release schedule that the show has seen thus far this season, but hopefully we never have to see it again. However, while I can happily confirm a season 13 to the fans, I cannot guarantee that there will be a 14th season, and there are some rumors floating around suggesting that the 13th season could be the final season of the show. But according to Tom Selleck, he is not done with the show, and as long as he is down to clown, I think the rest of the cast will stick around as well. That's all we have for you guys today on the channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you all in the next video.